There are moments in life when you feel trapped, when every door closes, when fear whispers that it's over. But there's a story, a moment in history when God proved once and for all. When there seems to be no way, He makes one. This is the story of Moses and the Red Sea. The Israelites had just escaped Egypt. After 400 years of slavery, chains were broken, prayers were answered, and hope finally breathed again. But freedom didn't come easy. As they journeyed toward the Promised Land, the sound of freedom was quickly replaced by the thunder of hooves. Pharaoh had changed his mind. Behind them, the Egyptian army, riding fast with swords drawn and hearts full of rage. Before them, the endless Red Sea. No bridge, no boats, no way out. Can you imagine the panic? The people cried out, "Moses, did you bring us out here just to die?" They were surrounded. Fear in front of them, fear behind them. But Moses didn't panic. He lifted his eyes to heaven, and he remembered who was leading them. God spoke to Moses and said, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move forward. Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water so they can go through on dry ground." So Moses stood tall before the people. He raised his staff, the same staff that struck the Nile, the same staff that carried God's power. And suddenly, the impossible happened. A mighty wind began to blow. The waves trembled, the sea roared, and water split apart like walls on both sides. Dry ground appeared where moments before there had only been deep water. The Israelites stepped forward. One by one, they walked through, not sinking, not slipping, walking on dry land with walls of water towering beside them. Can you imagine the sound? The roar of the ocean, the cries of faith, the gasps of children watching miracles unfold before their eyes. Step after step, they crossed over, and behind them, Pharaoh's army followed, chasing, desperate to destroy them. But God had one more move. When the Israelites reached the other side, God told Moses once more, "Stretch out your hand." And as Moses lifted his staff again, the waters collapsed. The sea returned to its place. The mighty army that once enslaved them was swallowed by the waves. The chains of their past, gone. Their enemies, defeated. Their future, secured. On that shore, surrounded by the sound of victory, the people lifted their voices and sang to the Lord. They had seen the impossible. They had witnessed God make a way. And they learned something powerful that day. When you stand still in faith, God will fight for you. Maybe today you feel trapped like the Israelites. Maybe you're standing between your fear and your future, between an ocean and an enemy. You can't see the path and your heart says, "There's no way out." But the same God who parted the Red Sea still moves oceans today. He may not part a physical sea for you, but He can open doors, heal hearts, and move mountains that seem immovable. Sometimes He doesn't remove the obstacle. He transforms it into your path forward. So don't give up. If you're standing in front of your Red Sea, lift your eyes, stretch your faith, and trust the one who never fails. Because when God is with you, what seems impossible becomes possible. He still makes a way when there seems to be no way.